He told us the experience changed his life, but tonight a man who admitted injuring his daughter while driving drunk faces another DUI charge.
How the Rowan County Clerk is responding tonight to a motion calling for her to be held in contempt of court.
It is going to be congested. There is going to be traffic issues.
With a new traffic pattern in place around Commonwealth Stadium, how people in that area want to help fans find a place to park.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening. Emergency crews are on the scene of a deadly accident near Lake Cumberland. Authorities are telling us a man was mowing grass at a home on Waitsboro Drive and somehow lost control of the mower and it went over a cliff.
Emergency Management Director Tiger Robinson says the man did not survive that fall. The coroner is on scene. Emergency crews are still working to recover the man's body. We have a crew in Pulaski County, and we will have the very latest tonight on WKYT News at 11 and also on WKYT.com. A judge gave him a stern warning to change after admitting he caused a crash while driving drunk that badly injured his 12-year-old daughter. But now, more than 2 years later, we've learned a Pulaski County man has been charged with DUI again.
Somerset police say they arrested 58-year-old Jimmy Jasper over the weekend. Garrett Weimer has more on the latest twist in this case. It's our top story at 6.
Jimmy Jasper is back behind bars here in Pulaski County after investigators say he harassed employees at Dairy Queen and drove under the influence again. It all happened on Saturday. According to an arrest citation, police got a call that a man was harassing DQ employees and smelled like alcohol. The citation says police caught up with Jasper behind Kentucky Utilities, where he told police he had gone through the drive-thru at Dairy Queen, then drove to KU. The arrest citation shows Jasper's blood alcohol level was .207. In 2013, Jasper was behind the wheel when his car ran off the road and into a fence, a crash that badly injured his daughter in the passenger seat. Jasper pleaded guilty, admitting he was driving drunk at the time. He told our Phil Pendleton in an exclusive interview last year that the crash changed him.
It definitely woke me up. I've seen the light. I've been in the light.
After that crash, Jasper was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but the judge probated that when Jasper's daughter asked prosecutors to keep her father home instead of in jail. Now this afternoon, I reached out to Jasper, but he declined our request for an interview from the detention center here. In Pulaski County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And Jasper is also facing a charge for violating his probation.
Tomorrow morning, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis and her staff are supposed to appear in federal court for a hearing in a contempt of court motion filed against them. Late this afternoon, her attorneys filed a response to that motion explaining why she says he can't issue marriage licenses. She stopped issuing them after the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. And as Victor Puente tells us, another same-sex couple trying to get a license was denied today.
It's been a day with more filings as Kim Davis's attorneys attempt to keep her from being found in contempt of federal court. Today also saw another couple turned away from the clerk's office. Davis and her staff are due in federal court tomorrow. Late this afternoon, her attorneys filed a motion on why she should not be held in contempt. It listed several reasons and even included some alternative options, such as online applications or deputizing a neighboring county clerk to come to Rowan County to issue marriage licenses. Despite a judge's order, she's continued to refuse marriage licenses, including to a couple this morning.
We're not doing marriage license today.
Why?
Because
Why?
I'm not doing marriage license today. We're pending an appeal.
Under what authority?
We're going to court tomorrow.
Under what authority? God's authority. I knew you would say that.
Isn't this now?
Robbie Blankenship and Jesse Cruz said they came to Kentucky from Ohio because of family connections to the area.
Our Constitution was founded on faith.
No, this is not. Our country is not founded.
The couple said they'd be back tomorrow after Davis's hearing.
I said when all the states are legalized, we will come to this state to be married, where my parents were married.
Davis could also be in trouble locally. Last week, the Rowan County attorney referred a charge of official misconduct to the Office of Kentucky's Attorney General. In Rowan County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
If Davis is found in contempt of court, she could face fines or even jail time. U.S. Attorney Kerry Harvey issued a statement just a little bit ago saying he has grave concerns about Davis's failure to comply with a court order and that it was time for the clerk to follow the law.
He didn't face charges, but a Stanford police officer could still be punished for a deadly crash earlier this year. Investigators say that Officer Travis Richardson was speeding when his cruiser hit and killed a man who was walking on a road. Today, Stanford city leaders held a disciplinary hearing. As Phil Pendleton tells us, the officer's fate is now with the mayor.
The question for the Stanford mayor is if Officer Travis Richardson should be fired or if other action should be taken.
I think it's unfair. I think the justice system is not working properly here.
Mona Robbins wants Richardson removed from the force. Her father, Howard, was killed on January 15th when police say Richardson hit him on U.S. Highway 150 in Crab Orchard. State trooper says Richardson was going 90 miles an hour in a 55 zone, but also that Robbins was in the roadway when he was struck. Richardson was on his way to work and didn't have his lights or sirens on.
Officer Richardson's phone record was subpoenaed, and there was nothing to indicate that he was on the phone or texting at the time of the collision.
The hearing was in a courtroom and set up just like a trial with the mayor in the jury box. A witness for Richardson, a Louisville Metro investigator, said his investigation shows that Robbins was hit because he was in the roadway.
And I believe that the testimony here has established that even if my client were going between 55 and 65 miles per hour, the result would have been the same.
Richardson was never charged in the crash. The Commonwealth's attorney says there was not evidence of alcohol or drug use.
We will have a little comfort in knowing that if he does lose his job and is not on the streets.
The Stanford police chief testified that while Richardson was his hardest working officer, he felt discipline was warranted given the circumstances. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The Stanford mayor has 7 days to decide the status of Officer Richardson's job.
Tonight, we are learning more about a crash in Scott County that sent 3 people to the hospital. The Scott County Sheriff's Office says the driver of an SUV crossed the center line and hit a Habitat for Humanity Restore truck on US 460 this morning. Investigators say a passenger in the truck was airlifted to UK hospital with a serious leg injury. Both drivers were also taken to the hospital. Investigators say the driver of the SUV may have been under the influence.
Funeral arrangements have been set now for an Air Force airman from Lexington who died in Afghanistan. The military says 27-year-old Captain Matthew Rowan was killed last week in a shooting at a vehicle checkpoint. Captain Roland's visitation will be Tuesday night from 5 to 7 at Lexington Catholic High School. The funeral will follow at 7. He'll be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. The family asked donations be made in his memory to the Combat Control Association.
Tonight, we are tracking a few storms that have popped up across parts of Kentucky. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at your forecast.
Yeah, all the humidity, the heat that's bubbling up the atmosphere out there, you're bound to get in on some scattered storms, and we're seeing just that into parts of eastern Kentucky. That's the sign of things to come over the next few days. Talk about what's going on now, though. Most areas just sweating it out with a lot of mid-80s. Though notice eastern Kentucky, low 80s are showing up here. Why? Because we've got some thunderstorms there. We can actually see the top of one of those thunderstorms on our live sky cam as we look toward that eastern horizon. That is a little storm that isn't too far away from Moorhead. So we can see the top of that small little storm on our sky cam as of now. Defender's been tracking this cluster of thunderstorms diving southward out of Ohio through parts of eastern Kentucky now. Cell is weakening across the West Liberty area, though this little boomer to the south of Moorhead, that's the one we're tracking on our live sky cam. That'll continue to drop its way on toward the south. Also keeping an eye on some stuff popping just to the southeast of the Covington, Cincinnati area. That will work its way toward the south and southeast over the next couple of hours. Weather headlines, those steamy temperatures roll on, a storm or two developing on that hour-by-hour forecast that we'll break down in just a little bit. We'll also look ahead toward next week, guys, and see if we can get any relief to the late summer heat and humidity. 7-day forecast here in less than 10 minutes.
Chris, thank you. A new UK football season kicks off Saturday night in a renovated Commonwealth Stadium. But that is not the only change fans are going to notice.
It's been a busy place. Nearby Alumni Drive now has roundabouts. So if you're looking to park off campus, what options will you have? Our Sean Moody tells us what fans need to know before going to Saturday's game.
First Christian Church isn't too far from Commonwealth Stadium. Leaders here say they can get as many as 160 cars into their parking lot. In fact, they've been so successful in years past, they're trying something new this year.
Joe Essenbach Jr. has a lot of experience parking cars here.
Ever since the stadium opened, excluding the very first year. I call this the gate, and that's where we start, and we will fill a lot in just different spots.
It's $20 a car to park here during the games. Essenbach said that money fully funds the church's youth program. There have been a lot of changes at the stadium this year, renovations, and the new traffic pattern on Alumni Drive. Essenbach said he expects there'll be a whole lot of people looking for off-campus parking.
I think the private lots will be really loaded this year.
So they've started something new. On their website, you can now reserve a spot before heading out. That way you know you've got a spot before you leave your house.
We feel like that's the better way to do it anyway.
Joe said they'll also be taking anyone who drives up to the parking lot needing a spot. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, smart there. Besides reserved parking for season ticket holders at the stadium, UK offers on-campus parking at parking structures 2, 3, and 6.
We are learning new information about a fire that destroyed homes and a restaurant in downtown Hazard. The latest on the investigation next.
And then how you can still pitch in to help during our Big Blue Blood Drive.